After 100 years of the trolls being wiped from existence, humans have captured a troll. But this isn't just any troll. It's the very same creature that appeared during the Nazi era, now kept sedated in a secret government facility called Waymork Power Station. The movie begins with a nursery poem telling us that trolls are made of earth and stone, with icy bones and hearts of earth. Thousands of years ago, trolls and humans lived peacefully side by side. These huge creatures weren't monsters. They were innocent with bodies of stone and hearts of earth. They were part of nature and completely harmless. They simply avoided sunlight because the sun turned them into stone. They lived happily with humans, but then everything began to change. Christianity spread across Norway and people believed that the world belonged only to humans, not trolls. The job of converting the land was given to King Olaf the Holy. They started hunting these innocent trolls. They dragged them into sunlight to turn them into stone. Holy water and church bells caused the trolls great pain. It weakened them and the humans used this against them. Trolls became afraid of Christian symbols, and soon the age of trolls ended. This is the story that young Nora Tideman's father used to tell her at bedtime as her sick mother listened. Nearby, Nora always wanted to help good trolls, and her father was sad that no human had helped them back then. Nora promised her father that if good trolls still existed, she would always help them. Years later, after her father's death and her mother's passing from a chronic disease, adult Nora lives completely alone in a small house in the forest researching trolls. She saw one years ago and her doubts about trolls are gone. She can study them better now. One day, a man enters her house. Nora attacks him from behind, but it is Andreas Isaacson, the president's former personal secretary who had helped Nora before. He reveals that he is back working with the government. There is a new prime minister, new controlling bodies, new people who are better. Andreas needs Nora's help for a specific mission. Nora says all government people are the same and refuses, but then Andreas indirectly reveals that they have a troll in captivity. Hearing this, Nora immediately agrees. Nora has a small stone, which is a remnant from the first movie's troll. She also has several books about trolls. Andreas tells Nora that he wanted to leave his government job, but they didn't let him. Nora goes with Andreas in a helicopter to the secret government facility at the Vemork Power Station. This is the same place where the heroes of Telemark Norwegian commandos who sabotaged the Nazi atomic bomb program during World War II had operated, but here Professor Mahler reveals that operation was never about heavy water. Rather, it was connected to a troll. Ray Dunny was actually a fan of Nora after the first film, but now she is leading this project. They show her a massive, inactive troll that has been sleeping for 100 years. This troll is named Jotun, and scientists have been cutting off parts of it for research. A pulse can be felt inside it, as if the troll has a heart. They notice that the troll's body is made of things like plants and trees. Basically, trolls are made of nature. For security, UV lights are constantly pointed at the troll so that if it activates, they can immediately turn it to stone. We learn that for many years, Ray Dunny and her team have not made any breakthrough. And if they don't discover something soon, the entire project will be shut down. Andreas brought Nora here because no one knows more about trolls than Nora. Nora meets Siggy here, who works at the facility and is pregnant. Andreas is the father. Nora is happy for both of them. There is a half-decree signed by King Olaf the Holy called Olaf the Holy's Trolls Law. Reading this half-decree, they can only guess that it orders the trolls to be banished from the land. Professor Mahler says that there may be even more trolls in the world, and they need Nora's help to find them because the government wants to shut down the entire department. Nora excuses herself to go to the washroom, but instead takes an elevator up close to Jotun's face. She reaches out, touches the troll, and hums a gentle poem from her heart. As she is leaving, the troll's eyes open. Everyone is surprised that the troll has woken up after 100 years. Professor Mahler wants to turn him to stone immediately, But Ray Dunny stops him because they want to use the troll for research. In fact, Ray Dunny purposely spills coffee on the controls, short-circuiting them so the UV lights won't work. Yatten sees that he is tied up and he grows angry. He breaks his chains, destroys the lab and crushes Professor Wengel. Nora survives the fall, but the troll frees himself and breaks out of the facility. He ignores cars, humans, and homes. He simply walks forward, crushing everything. In all this chaos, Professor Mahler secretly steals a sample of trollstone. Andreas is shocked and wonders how Nora woke the troll. After this, Nora, Andreas, and Ray Dunny go to an Air Force base, where they meet Major Chris. Chris was also in the first film and his best friend Amir is still with him. Everyone goes to a meeting where the Prime Minister has also arrived. He immediately orders the troll to be killed. The Prime Minister says that last time they listened to Nora and used church bells, which resulted in many people being killed, including the Prime Minister's own brother. Nora says the previous troll was good, and it was our mistake that it died. The Prime Minister refuses to take any more risks. The military has 2 special helicopters with UV lights to turn trolls to stone. Chris will lead this mission and Amir will pilot the second helicopter. Nora pleads with Chris to take her along, even reminding him that her father died because of him last time. Chris finally agrees. Andreas and Radani also join Chris's helicopter. Siggy stays behind because she is pregnant, asking Andreas to return safely. On the other side, Yatten reaches a club where people are partying. The troll breaks the roof and grabs the children, eating them. Chris and Amir arrive in their helicopters and start shining the UV lights on the troll. The troll pulls an electric tower and throws it at Amir's helicopter. Amir's helicopter is destroyed and he dies. Chris becomes furious and wants revenge. Nora calms him down and says they need to talk to the troll. She reveals she knows someone who can communicate with them. Nora takes everyone to a large cave in a restricted military area. Chris says he has checked this place many times and never found anything. Nora takes them deeper inside. She shows them a pit where humans used to throw trolls onto sharp spikes to kill them. The previous troll from the first film was the Troll King, but one troll child was left in the cave to die. Nora uses a small troll stone to make a sound, and a troll hidden among the rocks appears. This is the abandoned troll child who has now grown large. Nora has named him Beautiful. She starts humming her poem to him. Nora asks Beautiful to help stop Yatten by talking to him. Beautiful confronts Yatten, but Yatten stomps his foot very hard. The ice beneath Beautiful breaks and he falls into the freezing water. Nora thinks Beautiful has drowned. She is very sad. The team tracks Yatten and realizes he is heading to Trondheim, to Nidaros Cathedral where St. Olaf is buried. Yatten wants revenge. The entire team reaches Trondheim and meets Pastor Nina, who takes care of the cathedral. They go into a cave beneath the church. On a wall, there is a large painting of King Olaf. Nina says she has checked this room many times but found nothing. Andreas accidentally drops a stone. Nina realizes that Olaf had 3 painful wounds on his body, one on his thigh, one in his belly, and one in his neck. She checks the painting at those 3 places and sees 3 holes. Nora inserts sticks into the holes and turns them like keys. The entire painting rotates, revealing St. Olaf's real tomb. They see Olaf's centuries-old corpse inside. They find a silver sword and a letter. This is the second half of the decree. When Nora reads it, the truth is revealed. Olaf never ordered the trolls to be killed. He wanted to relocate them to live peacefully. But the church used Olaf's name to kill all the trolls, then killed Olaf and hid his grave. That is why Yatten is coming to destroy everything. By this time, news about the troll has spread everywhere. The government has decided to use an atomic bomb to kill the troll. Chris is ordered to evacuate the city, but he still plans to help Nora stop the troll. Nora realizes holy water is the key. She applies holy water to her knife and cuts the troll stone easily. Nina reveals there is a large lake of holy water beneath the church. Volunteers help collect the water and make bombs. As night falls, Yatin enters the city. Andreas and Nina ring church bells to weaken him. The army attacks with holy water weapons. Yatin uproots a tree and throws it at the church, breaking the bells. A trap of holy water bombs explodes, but Yatin is not greatly affected. He starts chasing Nora. Then Beautiful emerges from the water, having survived. Nora is very happy. Yatin and Beautiful start fighting. Yatin is bigger and easily defeats Beautiful. Raidani says the only way to kill Yatin is to attack his heart. The holy water bomb must reach inside his mouth. They have only one bomb left. Andreas decides to sacrifice himself. He calls Siggy and says goodbye to her and their unborn child. He tells her to name the baby Nora. He jumps from the helicopter into Yatin's mouth and detonates the bomb. It explodes inside, destroying Yatin. Beautiful rips out Yatin's heart and the troll dies. Nora and the team are very sad about Andreas' sacrifice. Months later, Siggy gives birth to a daughter and names her Nora. The whole team comes to Nora's house for vacation. Beautiful now lives around the house peacefully. Trolls and humans are friends again. The movie ends with a post-credit scene. Professor Mahler is in a secret government office. He is on a secure line with a general, saying that his experiment has been successful. The specimen he saved has now developed. Although it is small now, things will change with time. We see a small, aggressive troll locked inside a glass case. Mahler has learned to breed trolls. The government wants to weaponize them. No one knows what he will do with it.